Hello, adventurers! I'm Gray, and welcome to another Hytale vlog update. And this one's one I was waiting for quite a while, because this is a big part of the game, character customization. In any sandbox adventure type game, the character is who you are, it is what represents you. So it's important that it has a really in-depth, really creative customization options, and gives you the ability to make the character you want to make. So Minecraft had a skin system where you could make everything from scratch completely. It was really easy to do since the textures were so low res. You could just open up a skin editor or even just Paint, Microsoft Paint or Paint.net, any sort of art program, and just edit the pixels a little bit and make yourself your own skin by using a template. I don't think Hytale's going to use the same thing, but we're going to dive right in and see what they do for character customization here. So Hytale provides players with the power to customize their character in a wide variety of ways. Okay, so the avatar is an opportunity to express yourself. So they talk about how there's adventure mode and minigames, which are two distinctly different modes. So there will probably be skins that will fit both types of modes. For example, adventure might have more adventure-y type skins that would fit in the world, whereas minigames could just be you in real life, more modern type stuff. We'll have to see. We're going to provide an overview of how customization works. Okay, so customizing your character. So it begins in the My Avatar menu. So unlike Minecraft, Hytale has an actual character maker in-game. You don't make your skin offline and upload it to the website or anything like that. Hytale has it in-game using presets. So you can't customize everything from scratch like you can in Minecraft with skins. But that would be hard to do anyway, because if you look at Hytale's model here, the skin model, it's a lot more detailed. There's more texturing going on here. It would be really difficult for the layman, the average person, to customize it completely themselves. So instead of that, there's a wide variety of options and presets that you can use, starting with skin tone, eye color, hairstyle, and facial hair, along with multiple layered clothing options. You'll be able to freely mix and match customization and choose from a variety of color options for everything from your hair to your clothing. So basically, it's just basic character creation, you know, color, hair, skin. It does look like there's a ton of colors you can pick from though, so it'll be interesting to see if you're going to give yourself like pink skin or green skin like you're an alien and things like that. I hope so. I want it to have as many options as possible. So this blog post, I skimmed through it. It's a lot of pictures, so there's going to be a lot of pictures to unpack, not that much text. So I'm just going to take a quick look at every picture that's on here and kind of analyze them a bit. So these are the short hairstyles. Of course they'll come in many different colors, but this shows them all in just one, which is brown. There are two skin tones it shows here though, a darker one and a lighter one. And there's going to be more than just these hairstyles right here. This is just an overview of the short hairstyles. I'm hoping there's a ton, because I'm always really annoyed whenever I want to give my character a certain look, but it just doesn't have the hairstyle for me. It only has like 9 total hairstyles in the game. That always sucks. So I'm hoping this has like 50 or 100 hairstyles that you can easily navigate through, see previews of. I know that's a lot, but that's what I hope for. So these look pretty nice though. You have like the Japanese Bushido, you have the more modern hair up, like what I've been trying to do a little bit. You have this guy with the baby spike coming up. I think I have one of those somewhere on my hair right now. Don't worry about it. And here we have some long hairstyles available. Most of them will be for female characters, though some of them like this could probably fit on a male. Maybe this one could fit on a guy also. I'm not sure if the hairstyles are going to be distinct for males and females. I'm hoping you can put female hair on a male character model if you want to. Heck, I don't even know if there's a difference between the character models. Let me see. Oh, there is. Okay, so the lips on females are much larger than on the males, just by default, though I'm assuming you can customize that later on. And they have a little bit of a different eye shape. It's more round compared to the more square of the male model. Other than that, though, the female model isn't that different from the male one. Of course, the body is going to be different. But I'm hoping the hairstyles are available for both genders equally. So longer hairstyles demonstrate how models created in Hytale Model Maker can be used to enhance a character's look. You see, this is an interesting comment because what it means is that you can make hairstyles, and I assume clothing options also, and all sorts of other customization in Hytale Model Maker, and then import it to the game for anyone to be able to use after they download it. And that will be the Minecraft type full customization. I'm probably not going to be able to do that because I think I won't have the skill to make things in Hytale Model Maker that well. I might try, but I'm interested in seeing what people in the community make to customize their characters in unique and interesting ways. I'm sure that people are going to try and push the character creator to its limits through their add-ons and things like that. So that'll be interesting. I want to see some really unique skins coming on in this game, some unique models. Kind of like how Minecraft, you can make some really wacky stuff by customizing the pixels. For example, you could put your head on your legs or something like that. Okay, hair colors. So this shows, I think this is all the hair colors actually. This is like a variety of pretty much everyone. You have black going up in scale to blonde, and then you have the shades of gray, which I might give my hair a gray look. I want a darker gray though. Something between black and that gray was something I would like. I don't think it has it though. Then you have the redheads, of course. You have the green, the blues. This one looks like you're a fantasy elf. Or the light blue one does. Sorry, you can't see my mouse. There's purple and there's the pinks if you want to dress yourself up like a yandere. Pretty nice. I like the variety here. Plus, I like this hairstyle. Color options provide further personalization, of course. And here we have the head accessories, which I guess is an alternative if you don't want to have just hair. But I'm also guessing that these can go on top of your hair, and your hair will kind of mix with it and match perfectly to fit your head style, your hairstyle, your head style. So there's the pirates, there's the witches, there's Luffy from One Piece, there's Harry Potter with the round glasses. It's interesting. I kind of wish they put hairstyles on some of them so we could see how they match together. But it looks nice. And you got the modern guy wearing Beats by Dre, except they're Heights by Hightail. And you have Rascal Does Not Dream of Feminist Senpai. Hats and accessories can be applied regardless of the hairstyle you choose. Ah, there we go. That's what we needed to hear. So that's good. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. Next we have shirts, which is getting into the clothing options going on here. I'm hoping that there's a ton in the game, though I know a ton will be able to be added, which is really interesting and exciting. So to start out, we have shirtless Santa, the best type of Santa I've ever seen. Goku. Goku's looking pretty raggedy right now, but this is before his training arc. Here we have JRPG Peasant, from a slightly richer village than the previous JRPG Peasant, who came from the Brown Village. And we have the snobby rich guy from the Citadel. We have the Vegas gambler who's wearing a V-neck because that's in fashion nowadays. Here we have the American Northern woman who's wearing the nice long jacket, and we have the American Northern man who's wearing the blue hoodie going on here like this, except mine's not blue. And here we have the Canadian Northerner. You can tell because he's wearing a thicker jacket. And he's also yellow, so you don't get lost in the snow. That's constantly happening there. And here we have the female Twitch streamer. Except the neck probably needs to hang down and show a little bit more for it to count. Let's see, shirts are a one-size-fits-all covering for your torso and can be worn underneath overtops. Jackets, for example. So, you see this jacket right here? Shirts, like... actually, shirts should be able to be worn under it. These all kind of look a little bit like jackets, but say this peasant shirt right here, you could probably wear a jacket over it, like this one. And I'm assuming you'll be able to take off your jacket just in the world, just so you can show off your undershirt. We'll see if it allows us to do that, because in Minecraft you can disable your second layer of your skin, to, for example, to show a shirt you have under your jacket. So I'm assuming this will do the same thing, since it keeps on trying to do what Minecraft does, but better. Layering and animation. Character customization is designed to work alongside Hytale's gear system. When you equip new armor or other equipment, they're layered on top of the look you've already defined. So this is going to several new layers of customization you could have, starting off with your basic skin, and then your hair, your stuff, and then you have your hats, you have your clothes, and then you have your jacket underneath your clothes, and then you have the gear or armor or equipment that goes above everything. And the way they're talking about it is that it looks like they're going to match and change their shape depending on what you wear to make sure that it fits it really well. So if you're wearing bulkier clothing, I'm assuming the armor will be a bit more bulky to cover that up, for example. Or if you're wearing skimpy clothing, your armor might be a little bit more lightweight. We'll have to see how that goes. But basically, it's going to make sure that your clothes doesn't clip through your equipment. That's what I'm guessing. They don't want you to be able to see your clothes through your armor because that wouldn't really make sense. So you can mix and match the different clothings with the various tiers of armor. and they're going to share more about this later on, so we'll hear about it. Another thing I want to point out though, just from this little screenshot here, you can see that this female here, a couple more clothing options. So this female with the red head is wearing a red shirt, and it kind of looks like the peasant's clothes, but for a female, and also a little bit more revealing and also red. So I'm wondering if you're going to be able to color customize the clothes you wear too. So that blue peasant clothes I saw earlier might be able to be customized to be brown, like a default JRPG peasant. She's also wearing a little jean-looking skirt. So there's going to be skirts in the game too, and customizable shoes, I'm sure, even though it didn't mention that. You have two types of armor that I can see here, which I'm guessing it's either wooden armor or copper, but it looks more wooden to me. I'm guessing this is wood armor, which is available in Terraria and other games, just not in Minecraft. And then we have what looks like iron armor, or steel, one or the other, which I'm sure is more protective. And this guy looks kind of like a dwarf, actually. He also has a mace on his hands, which is a nice bludgeoning tool, whereas this woman has a wooden sword, which is not as effective as that mace, I must say, but I'm sure it can beat weaker enemies. We also have a giant cactus in the background that has like many different layers on it. I'm wondering if that'll damage you if you run into it. My guess is it will, though. So let's move on down here. We have the coats, and let me zoom in on this real quick. So this is showing how clothes animates as you move. So this coat that she's wearing, and I think this is really cool. As you run, it flows behind you and kind of moves with your footsteps. I'm going to wear something long when I make my character because I think that this is a really cool effect. I like it a lot. And I'm guessing that if you have something like a cape also, it'll flow behind you, and that would also look really cool. I like this. And just for some more details here, I can see a little vase on the table at the start of this animation clip, and there's a flower in a little pot on the table also. There's also a flower just growing on a stone block, it looks like, next to the umbrella. Though it looks like it's a dirt block within a stone, so it's like a decorative plant block. And you can make umbrellas on tables, which are like picnic tables, which looks pretty cool. I like that. So Hytale looks like it's going to have a lot of themes for their types of skins. A variety of themes, you could say. For example, you could have a skin that looks like a pirate, or a ninja, or a cowboy. And these sort of themes can vary depending on what type of game you're playing. So here we have, clearly it's a pirate. It's a rugged pirate. He has a scar on his lip here. His eye is gray, kind of like he's losing vision. He's lost one eye. He has a sword on behind his back, and he has some gnarly clothes like he's been adventuring for a long time. So this is a skin from the grittier end of Hytale's thematic range. Though the way it words, it says a character. I'm wondering if there will be human characters in the adventure mode you can interact with. That would be purely speculation though. I have no proof otherwise that it would have it. But as it says, Hytale's adventure mode takes place in a magic-rich fantasy world. It's like block D&D. And many of our customization options reflect this. You'll be able to create a wide variety of fantasy avatars, from youthful explorers to grizzled veterans, farmers, magic users, and artisans. I love this so much, and I'm loving this blog entry the further and further I go. In a way, I like that this skin system is different from Minecraft's. I like that it has all these themes and customizations to match the adventure and fantasy world that's in, because more than anything, I love adventure and I love fantasy. Those are like my two favorite genres. So, I'm just really happy. At the same time, minigames are an opportunity for players to branch out and express themselves in lots of different ways. We wanted character customization to reflect this with a variety of themes. In addition to fantasy, you can choose from modern clothes and themed costumes. As I was saying earlier, yeah, it's going to have both the fantasy themed stuff and all sorts of new stuff. Basically, whatever they feel like, they're going to throw in as a skin option. So these are some newer looking skins and some fantasy ones. You have Captain Blackbeard, except it's Whitebeard, so it's Whitebeard there. We have a Maid Sama. We have Hipster. We have a Kung Fu Champion over there, and just a Straw Hat Farmer, and an Aviator. You know, there's a lot of interesting skins going on here, and I like them. Sorry, not skins, character designs, because these don't use a skin system, and they're not called skins. It's about giving player options, says artist Connor Stein Goodman. There's a fantasy side and the feeling of being yourself, playing with your friends, and wearing everyday clothing. They're trying to get a balance between the two. There's also cosplay and role-playing. They want people to be able to build a saloon or a spaceship and have a set of costumes they can choose from. I love role-playing. I wish my friends would love role-playing more, because every time I try to play a game, they try too hard sometimes to like win rather than roleplay. I like to mess around and just roleplay and have fun. The Hytale art team abides by a set of guidelines to ensure customization items look good even when they're drawn from different themes. We use specific colors. For fantasy, it's dark and more saturated. For modern, they're lighter and brighter. And for more cute, they use pastel. This is more artist info, so I'm just going to continue beyond that. Actually, this is an important paragraph right here. Server operators will be able to override character appearances while you're playing on their server, allowing creators to define themed looks for the minigames. The operator of a Western themed server could, for example, make everyone wear period-appropriate outfits like cowboy or cowgirl outfits. This is great. This is amazing. This is like Minecraft, how whenever you get on a server and you download a texture pack automatically, and it customizes the look of the minigame that you're on to another level, because it customizes the look of your character by putting on clothes just for that game. And that's going to make it so much more immersive to play these types of minigames. So they talk about the Western theme thing. There could be a cowboys versus bandits game mode, where one team is cowboys dressed up like cowboys and cowgirls, and the other team is bandits dressed up as male as female bandits. And bandits are trying to break into this bank and steal all the stuff inside, where the cowboys are trying to wrangle them up and beat them in a PvP battle. And they'd be dressed up thematically, and it would be a really cool sight to see. Or imagine a castle siege game where there's like 100 people sieging a castle, also filled with guards, and everyone is themed like medieval. Oh man. Okay, I'm a sucker for immersion in games. That is my number one thing I look for when I play a game. I want to be able to go on a journey, feel like I'm the one going on that journey, and make memories that no one else has ever had on that adventure. Of course, I like a good story-driven game too that has a set story, but my pure preference is for games that can make memories that last your entire life, your own unique memories, not something other people have made. And being able to do all these customization options and have all these unique things you can make, it's so good, so immersive. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so for creating a costume, this is just the process of making the assets. I like going into some of the details though about this. So the inspiration comes from the zones generally of the world. For example, a desert zone is used here. They research what people would wear in a real desert area, like a desert town in the Middle East, for example, or Africa. And then you make a model, a base model out of it. You texture it, you check them to make sure the animations work correctly, and then you add them in-game. However, it does mention that he also adds details from Hightail's backstory to the clothing options. For example, the Fearins, which I haven't seen yet, I might need to take a look back at them, in Zone 2 wear shackles. I thought someone in that area might be inspired by that, so they added golden bangles to cover the wrist and ankles. This is a really cool world building thing. I like the idea of just tying in the clothing designs with the regions that they wear the clothing in. It makes sense realistically. There are lots of symbols in the game, so we try to reflect that. So here we have the emote section. So another way that this skin system varies from other games is that your eyes and your mouth are both moving objects. Rather than other like blocky sandbox games, your eyes, like your pupils, move around, your mouth emotes, you can have different expressions, you can be laughing, you can be frowning or crying. And some of them are normal play, such as gritting your teeth as you swing a sword, but others are manual, such as typing in /dance in the chat, and I can imagine you'll do a silly little dance. Oh, what am I doing? But I'm pretty interested in that. And here's where I mentioned the eye thing. Let me zoom in here. So you can see it's not just the eyes that move though, depending on where you look. The eyebrows move. The hair kind of moves a bit in the wind, like that little bit of hair that sticks up ahead of you. It kind of moves a bit too. And I'm assuming the mouth will move a little bit whenever you feel like you want to use that. Like the previous picture up here shows different emotes in the mouth too. So it's a really expressive face. It's very anime-like actually, because there's really big eyes, but basically no nose and a smallish mouth. So it really expresses things like an anime does. We're using the eyebrows and the eyes. I like that a lot. And it doesn't go to Uncanny Valley in my opinion. I think it works really well because of the blocky aesthetic. It doesn't creep me out because you can clearly tell that they're not real humans. They're a blocky character. But at the same time, it shows expression quite well. So it's a good match, yeah, a good mix match that shows expressions really nicely. And here is the last big reveal of this blog entry. So we hope you've enjoyed this overview of the options you have for personalizing your character. Your human character, that is, you'll be able to choose from several other playable races for your Hytale avatar. Remember when I said that this was Hytale D&D? This is Hytale D&D. This is Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my gosh. So they're going to have more info about this in the future, but I'm going to look through the announcement trailer and maybe point out whenever I see these playable races in the trailer for you guys, and see if I can find something other than just the dark elf that's right here. Because I'm pretty sure this is a dark elf here. And there's of course the Trorks, but that's not a playable race. I'm talking about other playable characters. I'll take a look at that in a moment. But for now, I am so excited to be able to play as other types of races. I'm not going to be a human probably, though I'll have to see what the other races look like, because I do like human designs, but I also like to be unique. And I like other races too. So I'll see, I might pick another race, and I'm going to make myself the best adventurer in all the land. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to love it. So let's take a look at the announcement trailer and see if we can spot any other races. Let's do a quick look through the Hytale announcement trailer to see if we can see any other races of the characters in here. So to start out, we have these three sitting around a campfire. The one on the log seems to be human, same with the one sitting down. However, the one walking by with the magic staff looks like another dark elf, similar to the one in this picture right here. So it looks like there's already two different races shown here. There's Lewis and Simon from the Yogscast in the background. That's a cameo if I've ever seen one. Everyone here seems to be human though, so far. Let's see right here. I see only people, maybe an elf to the left, that one in the purple hair. So up until this point, I was only able to see the dark elf, what looked like a dwarf whenever I saw Lewis and Simon from the Yogscast, because Simon is well known to be a dwarf, so that might be another race. And then we have this movie theater here, where it looks like there's way more to be found at this scene. So over here on the left side, you can see that there's a little troll-looking guy, or should I say a big troll-looking guy. I don't think it's a Trork, because Trorks are bad guys, but he might be a Trork, actually. Maybe you can actually play as the NPCs in the game. So you have a little Trork over there. Further down in that same row, you have a little green creature. Kind of looks like a, what's it called, a dwarf, I guess? But not like a dwarf like Simon from the Yogscast, not like a stereotypical dwarf. I don't know what this would be called, like a goblin maybe. Maybe a goblin. Don't tell Goblin Slayer. And then further down in the row, at the very front row to the left, looks like a turtle-looking reptilian creature. I'm not sure which one that is, if it's an NPC in-game or if it's a playable character. I'm guessing it's a character though, if they're sitting down watching movies. Okay, on the right side though, we have several things. We have what looks like a skeleton, a playable skeleton monster on the right side. We have what looks like a rock golem, potentially. Either that, or he's just wearing some armor that makes him look like that. We have a furry-looking creature that I don't know what it would be called, but it looks like, it reminds me of something. I don't remember what they are. Maybe an imp or something like that? Not quite, though. But there's a furry-looking creature next to the guy in the yellow hat. And then we have the Quebecs, even, sitting in the theater. So, what this says to me, potentially, and there's another Trork at the front right, by the way. What this says to me is, we're going to be able to play as the other races in-game, like the other NPC races. Twerks, Quebecs, anything else that gets revealed, we'll be able to play as them. Which is great. What I'm interested in is, will it impact our interactions with them in adventure mode? If we're a Quebec, can we speak to the Quebecs more effectively and get more info out of them, for example? I want to see how this race thing plays into the mechanics of the game. Because if it has an impact on the dialogue and story, that would be awesome. I'd love that. Though that's really ambitious, so I'm not sure if they're going to do that. We'll have to see, though. I see also it looks like a robot in the front. I'm not sure if I pointed that out. Oh, I forgot to mention. There's also a little cat-eared looking creature near the very front left. Or the left side of the front right. And I'm not sure if that's a cat girl race, or if it's a cat ear accessory, but if it's a race, I might have to make myself that one, just so I can keep up my trend of going full weeb on here. It's really interesting. And I think that's basically all that I found in this trailer after looking through it. I can actually, wait. What did I just see there? I think I saw what looks like... Oh yeah, look, there's a swamp creature. I don't know what this thing is called. I completely forgot. However, it does look like you'll be able to play as any of the in-game races. That's really neat. And there's... Is this a computer in-game? How is that gonna work? It's like a screen. This is a really cool thing. I might have to do a trailer analysis at some point, this announcement trailer. Can we play as a pig? I want to play as a pigu. And that should be about the end of the trailer. Can I play as that dragon? No, probably not. So, that's all for now. It was a pretty long analysis, but this is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, blog entries so far. It's revealed a lot about what makes the game immersive, what makes it work as a functioning sort of adventure society. You know, makes the world feel alive. And I really like that in the game. So, hopefully you all enjoyed this. That's all for now, and I hope to see you all on the next adventure.